Blog Talk Radio.
In the name of Amen, the Supreme, the All-Powerful, the one and only true Lord, in Amen we trust. As the Republican Mentellect, the real 144,000 is being gathered in this day and time, the Mentalists, the Amen race, the bright race. Good evening, I'm your host, the intellectual Nuben Menkares. This is Mentellect Radio, and tonight we're going to ask, we're going to attempt to, we're going to discuss how to always be on time in life. Now, a lot of people will hear this and think I'm talking about being on time for appointments, like job interviews or, meeting with acquaintances in business and things like that. I'm not talking about that. That's, trivial. Those are trivial time frames and appointments and things that you believe you have to keep. No, I'm talking about the real time and being on time. I'm talking about arriving at points in your life where you need to be in your life. Arriving at points in your life where you need to be in your life. Times in your life where you need to be on time in your life. See, because a lot of times people fail in life is because they miss their time. They miss what you call, they say you miss your calling. That's another way of saying you missed your time. Or people say you ahead of your time, or you before your time, or you ahead of your time. No, if you're not ahead of your time, you're right on time. People used to say it all the time with me about Mentellect. And, I thank them for when they say, this teaching is ahead of its time. Ain't nobody teaching like this. That's because it's time. Because no one has been teaching Mentellect and teaching like this and going in depth like this, it was time for this. I'm right on time. Why? Because I stayed on my path. I stayed on my square and I stayed on my path. I moved through the linear line of purpose in my life. I made sure to constantly be looking for and seeking out my true purpose in life. And when you seek out your true purpose in life, you will always be on time for the things that's meant to happen for you in your life. You will always be on time. You'll never be behind time. You'll never be, ahead of time or off time. No, you'll be right on time. You see, you'll be right on time. You're only off in time, out of sync with time when you're not in alignment with your purpose in life. When you're trying to follow other people's timelines, other people's desires, wants, and things like that, and you're trying to mimic other people, you're going to put yourself off for the path that you're supposed to be on. You're going to put yourself out of time where you're supposed to be. You're going to put yourself out of alignment because time equals alignment towards something greater. You're supposed to fit within a certain time frame, within a certain time slot, and you're supposed to move through there, not ever getting trapped within that time frame, not ever getting trapped within that movement of thought. You're supposed to continuously keep moving. How can you always be on time in life? By being about what you're supposed to be in life. Don't be here for the pursuit of happiness. There's no fucking happiness here. There's no fucking sadness here. There's only movement here. You only get happy and sad when you're coasting into somebody's low energy and low grade frequency. There's no happiness and sadness. There's only movement here. There's only power streaming through here. You see? You keep that in mind. You keep your purpose in mind. You'll always be on time in life. Why is it important to be on time in life? Because you don't want to miss no times in your life. You don't want to miss where you're supposed to be in your life. You always want to be where you are so you can experience this life in full, living color. That's why. For the next, as you are becoming more eternal, what does the presents? Illumination, power, the discovery of things. You see, the process of thought that y'all are not utilizing. All right? What do they represent? Our experiences. What do we represent in time as we move through it? We represent power. We represent frequency. We represent vibration. That's what we represent. Living power.
Rising out the black race to the bright race, out the black race to the bright race. It's the Republic of Mentellect, black race to the bright race. If it's hell, I'm in, then it's hell us. They tried everything just to spell us. Fed us religion, gave us fake gods. Through all of that, we beat flag. Colors red, gold, and blue. Superman, Superwoman, that's me and you.